What's up, everyone? It's your boy Scott. Welcome to the Scott Reports. Today we're here to talk about Promised Neverland Chapter 75, and this character, Archduke Louis, he has already etched himself into one of the best villains as we're going to see in 2018. Let's just go ahead and say that right now, unless he goes out really underwhelming. Just the plans and the chess pieces that he is moving is so big, and it's tripping up Emma, it's tripping up Lucas and everybody around him so much that whether he's doing this alone or he's doing this assisted, he's making some big moves and he is winning the mind games. And I won't say that Promised Neverland has been missing a psychological factor. That's not the case at all. But what we haven't seen for a while is a chess match between Emma and somebody else in the series. The last time we saw something like this had to be back when we were dealing with Mama, and we can't necessarily say she won that because, you know, in all intents and purposes, if Mama really wanted them to be gone, she probably could have done it, as we found out that she let these kids escape because deep inside she wants to get back herself. And I say this week after week, I really want to get back to Mama and Phil and the orphanage and everybody like that. And shouts out to that color page as well, showing the main three, showing Norman, Ray, and Emma just all hugged together. And shouts out to Mr. No Name, or how he's being canon as on the page that's called That Man, for him and Phil to actually be in the color page as well. That shows big things for the characters. That show that they're very well received because the train has been behind, you know, Phil for quite some time, whether Phil's a demon, whether Phil's a traitor, or as we found out, he's just a genuinely good kid, but you can never know in this series. But the fact that we have spent so much time with No Name or That Man for so long that he's a part of a popularity poll and he ended up in the top 5, that's pretty good for the character, and I can't wait to learn more about him as he's gonna start opening up, especially when we're starting to get his origin and what went on back when he escaped. And Louis is the center point of all that because he is steps ahead of everybody, and just as this plan is being hashed out to attack him, to escape, that Lucas has been hatching, no, he flipped the script on them and he is outside waiting with his entire goon squad, which threw a monkey wrench in everything that they had planned, and brings back the aspect of why now. You know, there's something about Lucas that I don't know how to feel about it. I don't want to say that it doesn't sit well with me, but why has he waited so long? Why have he sent out squad after squad after squad to failure? And Emma shows up with the pen, gives him new hope, and now he's ready to go out. But I wonder how many people he has lost in this. I mean, we probably don't even want to think about how many people he's lost in this crusade to now have this restore hope to go out and free everybody. But this is exactly what Louis wants. Louis, this is his plan. He is a hunter through and through. And we get some backstory on That Man or No Name. And you know, Lucas, for a while when they got into this place and this game that was going on, once this trap was already set when they got there to Goldie Pond, they survived quite some time without losing anybody. But it was all part of it was all part of Louis's plan, and he wants to bring out the best in Lucas in his own twisted way. He wants Lucas to be the ultimate hunter, as it was all planned out. The reason why they haven't lost anybody was surely because he wanted it that way. When they were going against just the people who were already at Goldie Pond, everything was fine. But when Louis came into play, that's when Lucas started losing people one by one by one by one, and he wants to bring out that rage. He wants Lucas to get up so much hatred that the only thing that he wants to live for is to destroy this man, and that is psychological at its best. That is a psychological villain who is trying to break you to the point where you don't want to do anything else but stop them. So the mind games that Lucas is playing is top notch right now, and this is the exact pacing for Promised Neverland, and I cannot wait for the anime because I want more depth on these characters. As far as like the demons, I want to hear how they sound. You know, I have my own sound in my head. I think they probably have like a scratchy, hollow type of voice. Like, if I were to do Archduke Louis, he'd be like, so very well, I want to hunt you down one by one. But I could be completely off. I mean, that's just how he sounds in my head. So I want to hear the actual sounds of how they're going to come out in the anime. And this series, it definitely keeps you on your toes, and I will say it week after week after week. This is why we come back. But I wonder why now. That is the biggest question. And how long? I mean, Lucas, he's been in hiding for about 13 years roughly. and now he feels it's the great plan. But with that entire squad being right in front of his door right now, no, they're not going to get this victory. They're going to have to run again. And I truly don't think we're going to see Lewis go down until we get Ray and No Name back with everyone, because with him being the center point of this, we got to get the reunion between Lucas and Lewis and No Name. We got to get that. We got to get Ray back to Emma. And once all of those minds get together, maybe they could be able to overthrow it right now. But unfortunately, with these guys being outside, that's just gonna have to wait until we see how many people actually survive until we can get to that point. And Lewis intended for Theo to get back to the camp. He intended for Emma to get back to the camp, even though, you know, she got a little bit of a victory on him. It just enticed him even more to let her live, because he's like, she's gonna be fun once she gets to that point that I want her to be. And we've seen this with villains, and every villain that we see like this ends up being great. This reminds me of Hisoka and Hunter x Hunter. Like, he could have easily took out Gon or Killua, but instead he just wants them to grow and get better and better and better. And that's what we're seeing here with Lucas as well. And then there's that dynamic that kind of brings a sense of danger of who's gonna make it out and who's not gonna make it, because you have Theo and Violet, and you get the little dynamic between them as well, because Theo is in a bad spot, understandably. I mean, he's seen people die in front of him that he really cared about, whether it was his family or these people that he was in this position with that became his family. And Violet, you know, she kind of admitted to him that, you know, I stayed guarded off from you on purpose. I didn't want to show any feelings, because Violet knows how twisted Lewis is, and if he can find a weakness, if he sees that you care about someone, that's who he's gonna go with next. And I wonder if that's just her observation. And again, I bring this up from the beginning of the video. It's a traitor somewhere. It has to be. I don't want to discredit Lewis by saying he's just good to set this up by himself, but somebody must have leaked something somewhere for him to be right there at the doorstep when they're about to execute this plan, a day early, no less. And when you're dealing with kids that are in the situation that they're in, I'm pretty sure that he promised somebody, you know, a false hope that if you help me, I'll let you go. Or maybe even it's just a kid that's being selfish and just wants to get out of this altogether. And when you get desperate, when you get to times that they are right now, you usually see this type of thing in stories where somebody probably did fess up, and we didn't really get too much, but besides the dynamic that we're seeing with these characters and knowing that it's a trap. But also, you know, we briefly saw with Adam that he did recognize the number that Norman had. He saw Norman, he saw the number on his neck, and that's when he started muttering what he did. It seems like just from that scene, I mean, we only got one panel, so we can't tell yet, but it seems like he was very mute at first until he actually saw that number. So maybe something triggered in his head, and finding out what's going on with Norman is going to be another part of things entirely. But I just want to talk about Lewis, as I absolutely love characters like this. I love characters that you're gonna have to outsmart, and the mind games is the best thing about Promised Neverland. It was something that we got gotten away from for a while, because when the kids got away from the orphanage, you know, they were just trying to survive out in the wild, but now they're in the wild and they're gonna have to outsmart somebody. This is gonna be great, and this was a solid chapter overall. So guys, let me know what you thought of this chapter in the comments below. Do you think, like, you know, something's gonna happen where I really don't think everybody's gonna get away from this. Some kids are about to die. You know, with Violet wanting to avenge everybody, it seems like her thirst for revenge is a little bit too strong, and the fact that she knows Lewis so well, she could be the traitor. And, you know, poor Theo, he's been through a lot right now. It seems like he might, you know, he might fall, but then he may be in a happy place if he dies, because then he'll be with everybody that he's lost. But, you know, he's taking his effect on Emma as well, because she's selling wolf tickets to his kid. She's telling his kid, you know, we're gonna avenge him and everything's gonna be okay, but you forgot that you had to run. That's why you guys are back there right now, and Lewis is gonna trump her again. It's gonna be somebody else that's gonna come into play, that's gonna shift the tides for this group. But the question is, how many people are actually going to make it through? So I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here, guys. Let me know what you thought of the video in the comments below, as well as some of your thoughts and theories, as I love chatting it up with you guys about that. If you liked the video, go ahead and drop it a like. And if you want to hear more, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, as there's not a shortage of content you indulge on this channel. As I always say, you guys can be anywhere on YouTube right now. You chose to listen to me. I really appreciate that, so thanks for stopping by. On that note, it's your boy Scott signing out. See you soon.